not to know anything about Jason and the whole process and everything that happened. I mean, absolutely nothing. Sarah was not there. Sarah was not around. Sarah was not present. She wasn't there. Like, you wasn't there. Everything you know is from what Cora told to you. You don't have any, you wasn't there. The people that Cora had write letters when we was in court, they wasn't there. They only know what's been told to them. So for you to go and do a whole segment, in essence, about me, because it's titled "Why Birthing Doesn't Make You a Mom," and I say that because Cora has said that to me numerous of times. Just because you birthed Jason does not make you his mother. She has said to me numerous of times, you are not Jason's mother. I have an email. I have messages where she has told me this constantly, over and over and over again. So it behooved me that y'all would go to the extent to make a whole segment about this, okay? And then she goes on to say, this is the reason why I really put it out there. Because Cora has came out and said that I never wanted my child. She said that I wanted to give Jason to her for her to raise because I couldn't do it. And then I went on to have another child after. She also said that I was fine, happy, and content. And that we don't know her side. But see, here's the thing. Before I get into what I'm going to say. You said out of your mouth that you looked at my son and you knew that that was your child.
Okay. Everybody knows Michelle Loud. And this is her take on a video that was made by Sarah and Cora, entitled, "Just Because You Are Giving Birth Doesn't Make You a Mother." So she's given her response to that, and I thought it was very interesting to know. So I wanted to share. Hopefully you will listen and take heed before you respond and give negative conversation, but really hear this mother's heart. Okay? All right.
So that means the day Jason came out my twat, because you was the only one there, is me, you, and the doctors. You was the only one there. Jason's dad wasn't there. My mom wasn't there. My sisters, my brothers, nobody was there but me, Cora, the doctors, and the nurses. So for you to say that, see, that's why I say people, y'all be talking. Y'all be talking and not even realizing y'all telling on yourselves. You're proving everything that I'm saying right. You're proving everything that I've been saying is right. That means you looked at my son coming at my twat and you said in your head this was your baby. That's what she said. She said Brandon saw a picture of Amari and knew that was.
I want to know, did she say it, that was going to be her baby, or did she think it? Because she said you said out of your head that this is my baby. So I'm wondering, well, let's listen more and see.
Their daughter, and she saw sorry y'all, I'm still here. Can y'all still hear me? Can y'all still hear me? Hear me? Put a 7. Hey, Letitia. Hey, Still Standing. Hey, Kristen. Can y'all hear me? Okay, boom. Thank you, Lisa. So she said that Brandon saw a picture of Amari and knew that that was her child. She saw Tuga, which is Jason, and when she saw him, she knew that that was their child. So you saw me have my baby, and in your head, you said that was your child, and then in your head, you started concocting a plan from day one to obtain my child. Period. Point blank. So because of that, it doesn't matter if I told you that I wanted you to raise him. Let's say all of what you said is true. And this is what I said on my IG live. Let's say I did say I wanted you to raise Jason because I didn't think that I could do it. Let's say I did say I'm okay with you taking my son and raising him. Let's say I said all of it. Let's just say that's what I said. Okay? And this is what I'm going to say to that. Number one, if you was a real friend and you really had my best interests at heart and you knew that I was dealing with depression and postpartum depression, why wouldn't your response been, no, Michelle, we not going to do that because I know that you can take care of your children. It doesn't matter how many that you have. I know that you are equipped to taking care of your children. What we're going to do is we're going to get you some help. We're going to get you some resources. We're going to get you some counseling, and I'm going to walk with you through it. Why wouldn't that be your response? Michelle, this is not you. Michelle, you're saying that you can't take care of this one, but you have 3 other children. There's no difference between 3 and 4. Okay? Really, after you have 2 kids, it ain't no difference. It ain't. Once it's children and not child, it's no difference. Why wouldn't your response be, Michelle, you can do this, and I'm gonna make sure that you do it. And as your friend, your real friend, I'm gonna hold your hand while you do it. Cause see, for me, my real friends, I intercede on their behalf. I walk with them. I'm not there to take their motherfucking kids or take anything that God gave them. I want you to see the fruits of your labor. And although you're in a hard place right now, although it seems dark right now, although you don't know if you coming or going, although it seems like everything in life is hitting you right now and you don't see a way out, I'm gonna walk with you until you see your way out. I'm gonna walk with you until you get your way out. And not only am I gonna walk with you, I'm gonna take you to church, right? I'm gonna minister to your soul the correct way. The correct way. Okay, I see you trying to work. I'm going to try to help pull whatever resources I got together to get you a job so that you're standing on your own, so that you're raising your children on your own. And I can be fine and content with being auntie. I can be fine and content with being godmother. Why wasn't that your response? If I said, let's say I said that, why wasn't that your response? Why wouldn't that be your response? That's number one. Number two, even if I said that, we can't negate the fact that I told you. Even if I said that 2 months after Jason was born, a year after Jason was born, 2 years after Jason was born. The fact is, what we already know is I told you that I wanted to raise my child. I told you that I wanted my child. I told you this ain't what I want to do. Before we even got to court. Doesn't matter if it was a year. Doesn't matter if it was 2 years later. Doesn't matter. And instead of you saying okay and giving me my child, you took it upon yourself to fight me for my son. So anything that you say is null and void. Anything. It's null and void. That's why you can't come out and say nothing. That's why you don't have a side to tell. That's why. That's why. Instead of giving him to me, you took my baby and you ran. And not only did you take my baby and you ran, but you fought me for 2 years in court. When we started court, my baby was 2 years old. When you started pulling out paperwork for me to sign, my baby was a month, maybe 2 months old. Okay? Y'all gotta look at the timeline. Look at the timeline. I'm still dealing with postpartum depression. Then you want to say, I didn't know that she was depressed. She looked fine, happy, and content. How the hell you didn't know I was depressed and dealing with postpartum depression when you was the one telling me I was depressed and dealing with postpartum depression?
Okay. I'm going to pause for a minute because what I want y'all to hear in this is she's been fighting for her child for almost 7 years now. And she's right. You can't just take a woman's child and raise it because you want it. It's not a doll. And if y'all don't know, Cora Jakes collects dolls. And from what I'm hearing, she's obsessed with these dolls. She got names for them. She got clothes for them. She got, as if they were like real babies, a whole room collection full of dolls. So this justifies what she's saying here, is that Cora was obsessed with getting her child. First of all, she couldn't have babies on her own. She had some type of surgery because of some type of illness that she couldn't give birth to children. And this was her escape, was to take her friend's baby. Even after she counseled her, even after she befriended her. Now they're not talking. Now she doesn't have a friendship. So in the end, to me, it's like she just wanted that child. And she played the game up until the end, until she got it. So let's finish hearing what she got to say.
How you gonna fix your mouth to say that? How are you going to fix your mouth and say that? Let's also be clear. Then you say that in that clip where she was laying in the bed, this is why I say what I say about Brandon. Brandon never wanted kids. Brandon never wanted kids. It was Cora that wanted the children. Mm-hmm. It was Cora who made an issue of having kids. It was Cora, okay? And she said it.
Let's remember, when I did the podcast on Brandon said that if a mother wants her child, she should have the right to raise her own child. That says a lot to me, because he doesn't agree with what Cora did to get that child. But he can't say that right now because he's in trouble with the other child that I'm hearing from a lawyer that she may not legally be theirs. She didn't go through a legal adoption for this daughter. So there's a lot of things going on. The little girl is 13 years old, and she's being rebellious in the home. She's angry, and Brandon was the disciplinary, and he set the rules. And so, of course, the daughter turned on him because of that. Because when a parent say no, they become the enemy of the child. They don't like to be told no. And they may have a love-hate relationship with that child. I mean, with their mother or whoever is the disciplinary, their father. But a lot of times, these kids get in this state of mind where they will ruin you as a parent because you're not giving them the answers that they want to things they desire. But at the same time, I also feel that the child is rebelling to them because she knew that her mother was deported by these people. And she was left behind and taken in by these people. So there's a whole lot of stuff going on here. And Cora is the mother of Jason, and she has a right to raise her child. Even to the point that you may not know, but she got her own house now. She got a 4-bedroom house all by herself with her kids. She's working. She's doing well. She's raising her other 4 kids. And she doesn't seem like an incompetent mother to me. And to me, if I was her friend and a godly preacher, I would say, okay, it's time to give the baby back. Because in most situations, the court will give the child back to the mother once the mother get on her feet and get everything straight. Well, Cora's doing that. And she is in her own house that she paid for herself. She got 4 other children that she's taking care of herself. So let her finish.
In the interview with her sister, Brandon didn't marry me because he wanted children. Brandon married me because he wanted a wife. Brandon told me that we didn't have to have kids. She said it was me. I wanted to be able to give that to him, but the man didn't want kids. So it's you and your warped mind that you will do anything to put this image together, because we all know Cora has always been in competition with her sister. And her sister can birth children, and Cora can't. Okay?
Uh-oh.
Period. So for you to get up on that shit with your sister and let that come out your mouth, but you forget that you said that shit and go on message Victory telling her, oh, she wanted me to raise her son. Like I said, even if I said that, you can come out and say I said that. You can produce whatever receipt you want to show that I said that. It don't fucking matter. It don't fucking matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all. You know why? Because I told you I wanted my son before we even went to court. So it don't matter if I said it 2 months after he was born, a year after he was born, 2 years after. It don't fucking matter. It don't matter. You didn't do it. You didn't do right. You didn't do right. You stole a baby. And that is the truth of things. Not only did you steal the baby, but your father helped you. Your mother helped you. Your family helped you. The lawyer helped you. The judge helped you. Faith Johnson helped you. The church helped you. We all know that you cannot properly adopt because of your mental health background. That is not a lie. That's why you never produced medical records while we was going to court. And let me tell y'all how they got me.
Okay, she's right. Cora did go to a mental hospital. She checked herself in for suicidal allegations, allegedly. Because I'm not part of the family, so I don't know. But this is what's being said, that she admitted herself to a mental ward. And I don't know how long she was there, probably a month or whatever, allegedly, but she does have a mental health background.
Come to an agreement, okay? And which was the agreement that I didn't agree to, and I have receipts for that as well. Yeah, at the time I didn't know what I know now. Y'all showed, it was the second day of trial. We go to court, and y'all bring in a video of me smoking. Now, that's what made me be like, okay, I don't know where to go from here. I might as well come to agreement. And then once I can figure out this legal situation, this law thing, or get a lawyer, because I was representing myself at the time, I know which way I need to go. Unbeknownst to me, that wasn't even supposed to be able to be admissible in court, because it's not a video of me breaking down weed. It's not a video of me rolling up the weed. It's a video of me smoking a cigar. Okay? Smoking a cigar. That's meaning if you don't have actual evidence of me breaking weed down, me putting weed in a cigar, me rolling it up and smoking it, you don't have evidence that weed is not legal in Texas. You don't have evidence.
And also weed, first of all, smoking one joint is not illegal. That's the first thing. So you know Cora was collecting evidence to fight this woman for her child a long time ago. When you are a friend and you're ministering to someone who is struggling mentally, you don't collect evidence to bring in court to take the child. You're a minister. Ministers do not take people's children from them that want their children. And you were fighting this woman. Because anytime you bring things in the court to prove a negative connotation against a mother so that you can have the child, that in itself was wrong. It is ungodly. You are not saved. You need to get saved. There's a bunch of lies in the Jake family. There's a bunch of criminal things going on with these people. There's a whole lot of hypocritical, demonic things happening behind the scenes that people don't know about, or people know about it and they're exposing it. Because in the end, this woman wants her child. You are a preacher, a minister of God. If she wants her child, give her her child. You don't have a right to fight her and bring stupid things like a joint picture in there to try to take her child. If it was a legal agreement, why would she be feeling like she's feeling now? Why would she be fighting you to get her child back if she agreed in the beginning? Evidently, she didn't agree.
At all. What behooved me was the fact that you're trying to make it seem like I'm unfit because at the time I was smoking weed, but bitch, I was smoking weed with you.
Uh-oh.
You was smoking weed. Everybody that came to your house was smoking weed.
Uh-oh.
Everybody that walked in to your house was smoking weed. Everybody. Not me, not just me, but you, Brandon, Keisha, Ashley, Rachel, Carl, Artrey, everybody. Shema, Scott, Brittany, everybody. Everybody was smoking marijuana. Everybody. So much to the point where you used to have me go and get your marijuana for you and Brandon. Or we used to ride together, girl.
Uh-oh.
Because, see, this is the thing about me. As y'all know, I'm going to tell the whole truth, nothing but the truth. So help me, God. I'm going to tell what I did. I'm going to tell what they did. Period. You can't tell on me. And the last time I checked, smoking weed doesn't make you unfit, bitch. Because if that was the case, when that nurse called CPS on me, because it was weed, CPS would have took my kids. And you know what they didn't do? They didn't take my kids. And ruled it out. So say what you want about smoking weed. But let me tell you something about smoking weed, then we gonna get back on topic. Before I got back right with my walk with God and know how to woosah and take time and meditate and stuff to calm me down, let me tell you what weed did for weed. Weed calmed me down. I wasn't up, I wasn't tight, I wasn't angry, I wasn't mad, I wasn't sad, I was happy. I was cool, I was calm, I was collected. Sometimes people use weed as a coping mechanism, which I believe that I was using it as a coping mechanism because my life was in turmoil. It was in turmoil, okay? So let me just say that about weed. I don't know nobody that has died from smoking weed, eating weed, inhaling weed. If you didn't die from it, it was something else with the weed. It wasn't just weed by itself. So let's also be clear on that, okay? And then let's also be clear. You have mothers out here that has done hard drugs. I'm talking about hard drugs. I'm talking about crack. I'm talking about cocaine. I'm talking about meth. I'm talking about heroin. I'm talking about all that. And has had CPS cases with it. And CPS ain't took their kids. And CPS couldn't prove them. Well, even if they did prove them unfit, they set a safety plan in place. They made them take classes, counseling, to get their lives together so they can take care of their kids. And they did not remove their children. They did not remove their children. So you can say all day long about some motherfucking marijuana, bitch. Marijuana is not even marijuana is not made in the lab. Marijuana comes from a seed that you plant in the ground that grows. It is a herb. Okay?
You digress,
So
girl.
let's be clear on that.
Let's get back to
More
the story.
importantly, we're talking about marijuana. We're not talking about meth and heroin and PCP and crack and cocaine. We ain't talking about none of that shit. But there are some others who have done hard drugs and still have custody of their children. There are some mothers who have done hard drugs and have temporarily lost custody of their children and got their life together. And guess what the state did? They gave them back their kids.
There it is.
So you can say whatever the fuck you want to say.
Excuse the language.
You can say whatever you want to say.
She's upset.
You can say whatever you want to say. You're not right. You're wrong. You can believe all the lies that you want to believe. Believe them. They're still lies. That's the thing. They're still lies. And you want to threaten me. This woman told me that the reason why I hadn't seen my son and hadn't talked to him is because I keep coming and publicly speaking. Baby, I have to keep coming and publicly speaking because when I was trying to talk to your ass in private, I wasn't getting nowhere. It wasn't until I put a name on my story that I even got to see Jason, that I even got to talk to him. So now you want to take him away, dangle him over my head and take him away, and then say that I'm the one causing trauma. You don't think that's trauma to have my son see his mom, talk to his mom, and it being on a consistent basis, and then you just take it away because you jealous? You jealous because he gets excited when I'm calling? You jealous because when he's on the phone talking to me, he's all smiles and we talk about everything to the point where he'll leave from wherever you at and go in his room and shut the door and be on the phone? You mad because he's bonding with his siblings? Let me tell you something about a mother and son bond. A mother and son bond from a mother that actually carried him. You can never sever it. You can never sever it. It don't matter. My son is 9 now. He'll be 8 and 18 in 7-8 years from now. You can never sever our bond. You're going to forever be jealous because you didn't have him. You didn't carry him. You cannot. It's like she's always like she try to compete with Sarah. It's like you be trying to compete with me with my own child. How fucked up can you be in the head? You can never compete with me. It's no competing. It's no comparison. You can never do it. He will never have your DNA. He will never have your blood. He will never be your son. Never. Never. Even in a spiritual. Never. He will never be your son. His kids will never be your grandkids. They will never have your bloodline. Everything that comes for him will always belong to me and his father. Period. You will never have it. You will never obtain it. I don't care how long you've raised him. I don't care how long he's been with you. You will never have it, boo.
Is a banana a metabolism booster or a killer? I just heard the truth from this guy and my mind was blown.
This is
metabolism
killer. This is a metabolism.
Never have it. It belongs to me. It belongs to his father. It has never belonged to you. So I don't care what type of warped up story in your head that you have created. It doesn't matter. You can say all day long, oh, she said this, and if I did say it. The fact that I told you, nope, that's not what I want to do. I want my son, and I want to raise my son. You should have given me my son, period. Point blank. Period, point blank. It's no other way around it. It's no other way to look at it. It's no other way to analyze it. It's no other way to dissect it. It's no other way to make sense of it. It's no other way to try to put it together to make it fit your narrative. It's no other way. It don't matter what you come out and say. It don't matter what you come out and try to prove. It don't fucking matter. And y'all excuse my language, but it don't matter.
Excuse the
language. It don't matter. It don't matter. It does not matter. Ma'am, it does not matter. You forget you had a child.
I'm going to stop it there because she's going to go on a rampage over this. But what I want y'all to know is that it's very typical of a person, mainly when you're married and you divorce and you got kids, that same scenario plays out. where one parent is jealous because the kid is spending more time and attention to another parent, and it's just a whole broken up family situation. She's right about that. This woman did everything she could to take her child, and she's playing games and trying to get back at her and throwing lashes out like she's fighting. Physically, she may not be fighting, but this woman, Cora, is fighting this woman. That don't sound like a minister to me. Ministers minister. They don't cause trauma and drama in people's lives. They try to please God. I don't even think Cora asked God what should she do in this situation, because I think she know the answer. God would have told her to get that woman her baby back. And so with this, it's a lot of stuff going on in the Jakes family, and this is not by accident that all this stuff is coming out. It's coming out because God is allowing it to come out. And with that, people see the truth and they're not easily fooled. And once God gives you the truth, he's not giving you the truth for you to be in a gossip session or a judgmental situation with them. He's giving you this information so you will seek him and not man. That you would have a personal relationship with him and not man, because man falls. Look at this. Man falls. And it's to the point where God is not happy. He's not happy with our lives, period. All of us. We all fall short and sin. We've been born in sin. Because of Jesus Christ, we are now saved. He paid the price. The price has been paid. So why are we going through all this drama? Why are we doing all this? It's one thing to be human, but it's another thing to be reborn in Jesus Christ. Jesus paid the price for us to have the privilege to be reborn in spiritual with him. So, and right now, Michelle is upset, she's angry, and she's freeing her soul. When she cuss and say things that she feel, she's trying to get the feelings out. And sometimes cussing is the way some people feel that they getting it out. But she has received Christ since all this been going on. She has renewed her relationship with God. She's just not doing it in the church. And neither am I. Because these churches nowadays, it's a bunch of drama going on. I mean, you can go to a club at night and have a party and be with your friends and dance all night and drink and do whatever you're going to do and not come out with this kind of drama. Churches have really left God. In my opinion, I think they've left God. I think they are focused on the man and not God. And the man is not focused on God. He's focused on the snake between his legs and getting himself in trouble. And when the man of God has been tainted, the people cannot hear him anymore because the word is not coming out as the word of God. It's coming out now. You're seeing Jakes without God. That's what you're doing. You're seeing the human body without God. He's defensive. He's accusatory. He's getting revenge on people. He don't want people to talk about it. I heard a sermon that he did where he said, it doesn't matter. I'm here for God, and if God suffered, I guess I gotta suffer. Well, why don't you take that method and correct this situation by not attacking back when people are talking about it? Because you are a preacher who made a great big impact on people's lives, and they're disappointed. They're disappointed because you have everything you need not to be doing things in a sinful way. Most people, when they go outside themselves, have sex, seeking drugs, seeking friendships and all this kind of stuff, is because they're not content with their own life. You have a wife, TD Jakes. You have children. And you're supposed to be an example for them. You're old, which means you should be settled down by now. You should be spiritually settled, and you should be humanly settled to the point that your wife, your house, your riches should be enough. But no, you want to go out for more, just like Hollywood people do, and start doing drugs, start doing dancing, start doing essaying and sex, all that kind of stuff. So, and that's all allegedly. But with this situation, you have to take some kind of compassion for this woman. You have the pain that she had to go through to lose her child to someone who was playing games and manipulating her. You find out who your true friends are when you're in trouble. You really do. So I'm going to close it because, I try not to go over a half hour to an hour or so. But I wanted you to hear a little bit of what she got to say. But she is so upset. I mean, this video could go on another 3 hours. Pray for Michelle that she have peace in her mind. And pray that God will expose Cora and all her games and tricks concerning her manipulation with these babies and her manipulation even with her husband. Because in my opinion, her husband literally did not even know what was going on between these people. He was shocked when they accused him of what they accused him of. And when you shocked at something, it's not like you did something bad. You just got caught up. Because, Brandon said that he literally just celebrated birthdays. And they just got back off of a trip, a vacation. And they, everything was good. They were eating and talking and playing. Then all of a sudden, the next day, she in a room with her daughter and they both crying. And he walk in, what's going on? What's going on? Instead of Cora taking him to the room by himself and talking to him, she takes a child and they leave the house. And then I think he said they texted him to tell him what was going on. And it blew his mind. So anyway, we need to pray. So, Father God, I ask that you will watch over Michelle, give her comfort in her heart, give her peace in her mind. Let your will be done in this situation, Father. For we know that it is not of us to fix people's problems, but we can pray for them. And I pray you have mercy on the Jakes, that they would have a new a chance to renew and fix all the things that are broken in their family. Bless their children, that they will come to their senses and stop playing these games and know that God is not nothing to play with. Part of the problem with people is that they put their children in leadership in the churches knowing that their lives are not clean, not right. And yet, it's something that they've learned to do, not something that has become a relationship with you, Father. So I pray that you will continue to give grace to these people. Let your light shine. Let us focus on you, Father, for you are more important than any drama that we can all go through, because Jesus Christ paid for the price that delivers us from sin. In Jesus' name, amen.